Have you ever found yourself starting to study and, before you know it, you're browsing social media or thinking about 1,000 other things? Does concentration always seem out of reach? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Focus is one of the most challenging skills for those at university or on any learning journey. But the good news is that focus isn't something you're born with. It can be trained and improved. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to master focus and concentration once and for all, and how it can transform your productivity in your studies and academic life. Believe me, with the right techniques and a strategic approach, you can start to see a real change in your results. Focus is the key to absorbing content effectively, avoiding procrastination, and maximizing your study time. So stick with me until the end, because I'm going to share with you the proven strategies for improving your concentration and transforming your study routine. Focus is one of the biggest challenges in the modern world, especially with so many distractions around us. However, it's important to remember that it's not an innate skill. It can be trained and improved. Like a muscle, focus needs to be exercised regularly to become stronger. When you start dedicating time and energy to training your concentration, it naturally becomes easier to keep your attention on tasks and carry out your activities more efficiently. The secret lies in consistency and the right method for training this skill. One of the most effective techniques for training focus is the Pomodoro method, which consists of dividing your study time into concentrated blocks. By working for 25 minutes and taking a 5-minute break, you create a cycle of concentration and rest that allows your mind to remain alert and productive. This helps prevent mental fatigue and keeps your energy up throughout the study period. The Pomodoro also contributes to the feeling that you are making rapid progress, which is crucial for keeping motivation high. As well as ensuring that you have regular breaks, the Pomodoro method also works on building focus over time. At first, you may find it difficult to concentrate for 25 minutes straight, but as you train your mind, it gets used to this rhythm and your ability to concentrate increases. This cycle of focus and rest helps the brain to associate these sessions with productive periods, turning focus into something natural. Constant practice will strengthen this ability, and you'll begin to notice that concentration comes more easily, even on the most challenging tasks. In addition, the Pomodoro method makes it easier to create a structured and effective routine. When you know that you have blocks of time dedicated to concentration, it's easier to plan your day and avoid procrastination. Having scheduled breaks also makes it easier to keep control of your emotions and energy, as you don't feel overwhelmed. The simple fact of knowing that after a 25-minute block, you can relax for 5 minutes creates a healthy balance between productivity and rest. The key to success when training focus is patience and adaptation. Initially, it may seem challenging or difficult to sustain attention for long periods, but with continuous practice, focus becomes second nature. And by applying the Pomodoro method, you are not only learning to focus your attention, but also creating a productivity routine that will help you achieve your goals more quickly. The important thing is to persist and remember that, like any skill, focus strengthens with time and proper training. Eliminating distractions is a fundamental step towards improving focus and concentration in your studies. Our surroundings have a direct impact on our ability to concentrate. If your study space is cluttered or full of items competing for your attention, it will be much harder to stay focused on what really matters. Before you start studying, take a few minutes to organize your desk and get everything ready so that you can concentrate fully on the content. One of the first things you should do is turn off your cell phone or put it on silent mode. This simple gesture can be a game changer. The cell phone, with its constant notifications, is one of the biggest sources of distraction, and many of us spend more time checking messages or social networks than we'd like to admit. If possible, put it in another room. This eliminates the temptation to glance at every new alert and creates an environment more conducive to concentration. As well as cell phones, the internet itself can be a major source of distraction. Often, when searching for information, we end up getting lost on websites unrelated to studying, which breaks our focus and causes us to lose precious minutes. An effective strategy to combat this is to block distracting websites during study time. There are various tools and browser extensions that allow you to do this, ensuring that you only access the pages you need to learn. This helps keep your mind focused and prevents you from getting carried away by online distractions. Creating a focus ritual is another way to ensure that your space is 100% focused on success. Before you start studying, define a ritual that will help prepare your mind. It can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths, placing your study materials neatly on your desk, or even drinking a glass of water. These small gestures help signal to your brain that it's time to concentrate. The focus ritual creates an emotional and mental environment that favors productivity, preparing you to enter a state of deep concentration. It's important to remember that the study environment isn't just limited to the physical space. The mental environment also plays a crucial role. Make sure your mind is ready for studying by eliminating external thoughts or anxieties. If you prepare yourself strategically, creating a clean, organized, and distraction-free space, and prepare yourself emotionally to study, your ability to concentrate will be much greater. A favorable environment is therefore one of the first steps towards improving your efficiency and achieving the best results in your studies. Concentration is not just an external skill that you develop through techniques. It is deeply linked to your mindset and emotional states. When you're anxious or feeling pressured, it's much harder to stay focused on a task. Constant pressure can block mental clarity, creating a cycle of frustration and distraction. So the way you deal with your emotions has a direct impact on your ability to concentrate. And the good news is that with simple mental adjustments, you can significantly improve your concentration. A simple but extremely effective technique for calming the mind before starting to study or work is deep breathing. Breathing in a controlled manner activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps to reduce stress and anxiety levels. This makes you feel calmer and more prepared to face the task ahead. Take a few minutes before each study session to take a few deep breaths and center yourself. This little ritual helps to create a mental state of clarity and focus, preparing you to concentrate more effectively. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time, click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. In addition, a positive mindset plays a crucial role in concentration. When you believe that you are capable of learning and accomplishing tasks, your brain responds to this belief in a positive way. Instead of feeling defeated or insecure, you activate the power of autosuggestion and put yourself in a mental state of focus and confidence. Remember that the way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on your performance. Saying to yourself, "I am able to concentrate now," may seem simple, but this positive affirmation strengthens your ability to stay focused. It's also important to actively tackle procrastination, which often arises from negative thoughts or self-blame. When you feel you're unable to concentrate, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming yourself or feeling frustrated. However, instead of feeding these thoughts, try to look at the task objectively. Break it down into smaller parts and celebrate the small progress. This reduces the pressure and helps your mind focus on the steps, not the whole task, making it easier to approach and less stressful. To maintain concentration over time, the practice of self-compassion is fundamental. Recognizing that you won't always be 100% focused and that this is part of the learning process is crucial. By being kind to yourself, you reduce the pressure and create a space to improve your concentration without guilt. Confidence in your ability to learn, along with breathing techniques and a positive mindset, creates a solid foundation for focus to become an increasingly natural and powerful skill. In the end, the key to improving concentration and focus lies not only in external techniques, but also in the way you prepare your mind for challenges. By adopting a positive mindset and developing mental self-care practices, you create fertile ground for focus to flourish. Deep breathing, confidence in your ability to learn, and practicing self-compassion are not just one-off strategies, but habits that, over time, transform your approach to studying and life. Remember that concentration is not something that happens by chance, but something that can be trained and strengthened day after day. By adjusting your mindset and applying techniques that calm the mind, you are setting the stage for constant and lasting productivity. With patience and practice, you will be able to master focus and use this skill to achieve your goals, whether in your studies, at work, or in any area of your life. So start implementing these simple but powerful changes in your routine now. Transform your mindset, cultivate confidence in your ability to concentrate, and watch your results start to improve. Focus is within your reach, and it all starts with the way you mentally prepare for each challenge. If you want to learn more about applying to American universities or explore valuable tips to improve your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, just click on the cards I've added at the end of the video. Take advantage and start transforming your future today.